link do I use, Tony?
Well, not the StreamYard link, obviously.
No.
Here, I'm
made
gonna
that
put it in
mistake
the.
before.
I'm gonna put it on. Yeah, where I'm like, hey, if you want to join my exclusive chat, and then you tweeted it out to everyone. Okay. Oh God, we started.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't realize. I thought I go live here, and I have to. I forget this isn't XSplit. There's different things I have to do. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Mint, I'm gonna take you away for a second. Same with you, Johanna. Let me remove you from stream. Remove from stream. Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, official Joey C.
Tony from Hack the Movies. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Oh, it's great to see you again so soon. And of course, the person who was there for the record longest Hack the Movies episode ever, Adam Does Movies. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Tony. Joey, pleasure.
Adam, also a pleasure.
I'm staying calm out of the gates in anticipation for another 18-hour stream.
No, it's not going to be that. All right. Look. We were covering an entire year. All right. Yeah. This is just 1 month. How long could it possibly go? I mean, I've invited 10,000 people to be on the show. That was probably a bad start. But as we all know, when it comes to these live episodes, Joey, what's the name of the game?
The name of the game, Tony, is Super Chats. If you want Tony, me, or Adam, or anybody else in the stream to whisper sweet nothings into your ear, all you have to do is send a Super Chat, and it'll show up on screen, and we'll do the thing. Within reason, folks.
Within reason. Don't ask us about people being indicted. We have no opinions on it, except for Johanna, who's very upset, but we're not going to talk about that today. Within reason. Let's keep it movie based, okay? But if you want me to say something, since I'm still not famous enough for Cameo, this is your chance to do it. Can you believe I'm not famous enough for Cameo, guys? I still can't get on Cameo. It's really a shame. And we will also be hearing from our $10 patrons. We have them waiting in the wings, along with some other guests. But yes, let's get started. This month started off strong with Creed 3. Now, what did you guys think of the first two Creed movies?
I thought they were pretty good. I knew going into the third one that this one was going to be like a good ending to the three. And I was not disappointed. I felt more emotion in this movie than I felt the last two.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think, Adam?
I liked it, Tony. I liked it, Joey. I would say I disagree with it being the most emotional. There was a couple weird directions that they took, especially that bizarre anime style fight toward the end that kind of took me out of the movie. There was some bizarre green screen work in the final section, but overall it was solid. These Creed movies are all pretty damn good. I think Creed 1 is still genuinely a great film, and Creed 2 is a little underrated. I rewatched it recently and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I rewatched both of them right before I saw the third one. I enjoy, obviously, I'm an Italian man from Philly originally, so of course, you know, Rocky is just something we all have to love. So I'm a big fan of the Rocky series. I really loved Creed 1. It was your classic requel, you know, basically the same story, but new characters and whatnot. I did really enjoy Creed 2, and I'm someone who's not really big on Rocky 4. So me being really into Creed 2 was a shock for me. Although I haven't seen the director's cut of Rocky 4, the one that he just came out with. Did any of you guys see that?
The Drago, Rocky versus Drago. I haven't seen it either. I keep wanting to, but you know.
I heard he cut out the robot. Why would he cut out the robot?
You got to keep Paulie's sex bot in there. I mean, I
don't know. But yeah, so I was pretty hyped for Creed 3. Obviously, no Rocky in it, and I think this is part of Hollywood's ongoing trend to erase Italians from all media.
It's true.
Of course, we know the hate crime that is called the Super Mario Brothers movie coming up, where they took our beloved icon and got Chris Pratt to voice him.
Not my Mario.
Not my Mario.
That's right.
Not my Mario.
You're speaking my language.
There's only one Mario, Adam, and that's Captain Lou Albano because he was actually Italian. But yeah, so I was kind of
wait, whoa. Was that from the Super Mario like Super Show or whatever?
yes, he was Italian, so he's the best one. Until another Italian plays him, he is the best one. Okay.
Terrible.
But anyway, yeah, and it was actually what is this? His directorial debut, Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
So he is kind of following Sylvester Stallone's footsteps, where Stallone ended up like directing a bunch of the sequels. Yeah, I thought it was really, really interesting. I liked the story between him and his brother there. Is, you know, not his real brother, but like someone who was like a brother to him. So the story basically is Creed is now retired. He retired the championship. He ended up beating Pretty Ricky Conklin. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pretty Ricky. Sure, Conor McGregor. He beat that guy. He ended up retiring. He's now managing other boxers. I actually like that he's kind of friends with Drago Jr. now. I didn't expect that to be a thing. I thought that was interesting. Obviously, he's probably not going to any family dinners because hanging out with Ivan Drago would probably be uncomfortable.
Well, they did a good job with Creed 2 kind of humanizing those characters, whereas in Rocky 4 they really were just kind of cartoonish, steroid induced. You know, Drago is just this menacing douchebag, and they did a good job of kind of putting some dimension on him.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically this his friend from his former life has been in and out of prison. He ended up like
Yeah, he like
Creed
took
started
the fall for him.
Yeah, he didn't really like take a fall. Creed got into a fight with a guy. Cops were called. Creed got away. His friend got arrested, but his friend had like the gun. I think he had priors and stuff. So basically, he's out of prison.
Quickly.
Yeah, he's out of prison for good now, and he wants Creed to help him get into the boxing. Oh, Jesus Christ, Joey! What did we talk about the cats?
What's going on?
Kitty, please.
Kitty, please. So basically he's trying to help his friend out, and then we find out that his friend has some ulterior motives, and it leads to him. I forget the friend's name, by the way, but we'll talk about it in a second. His friend ends up being the champion, beats up the boxer that Creed was building up, and eventually Creed has to, you know, fight for his honor, I guess. And it leads into a classic battle. And of course, the friend we're talking about is everyone's favorite, Jonathan Majors. What a rising star. What a great guy,
really,
right?
Yeah, really a rags to
Non-problematic.
Yeah, not problematic. He really knocked it out of the park. He really beat Creed up. Yeah, obviously we got to talk about some of the controversy. This is supposed to be his year. He's in 2 giant movies. One of them wasn't very good. And now he's of course, right before the live show, where I want to talk about how great of a role he did, which he did do. He did do a really good job. He's probably my favorite antagonist in the series so far. Yeah, he ends up being accused of a bunch of stuff.
But then you hear the like assault charges, and then you're like, well, maybe he wasn't even acting at all. He's just playing himself at this point. So that's kind of a cheap cop out. But yeah, I thought he was great in Creed 3 until all the news came out.
Yeah, I mean, you can separate the art from the artist sometimes. Sure. Sometimes you can. But no, he was a really good antagonist, and I kind of felt sorry for him at times, but I did like, he's kind of Thunderlips. Or no, is it Thunderlips? Who was the bad guy in Rocky 3?
Mr. T?
It was Mr. T, but what was his name?
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang. Thunderlips was Hulk Hogan. My bad. Yeah. I don't know how I got those two confused. Right. I don't know how I got those two confused.
This is a charity match. Throwing him out the
When's Thunderlips coming back? That's what I want to see.
Thunderlips' son is gonna be in the fourth. Dave Bautista.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got a Clubber Lang sort of feel to him. I do like when he like finally becomes the champ, he just turns into a full on asshole. Yeah. He's slapping Creed around and shit.
That beach scene is brutal.
Yeah, that beach scene is really messed up. Tessa Thompson, I was very upset she didn't struggle to say John again. That was my favorite part of the first 2 movies, her trying to use the Philadelphia slang John, and it just was so I don't even use John. Hold on. I need another Philadelphia representative. Johanna, do you say John? We can't hear you. What happened to your microphone?
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I say it sometimes as a joke. I don't actually like use it.
Have you seen the Creed movies?
I've seen the first one.
Oh, so you didn't see the two new ones. Okay, racist. Anyway, Tessa
Yeah,
Thompson.
What does it feel like only liking white people? That's fun.
I love when she tries to say John. She's like, that is a Jawin. That is a John. I'm like, that sounds nothing like a girl from Philly. Goodbye, Johanna. We'll get you back in a second.
Hey, Tony, guess who's not going to be at the new Little Mermaid Day one?
Yeah, probably.
Unreal.
I love that we can see her reaction as we talk about her. I thought they were going to do more with Tessa Thompson losing her hearing. Because that's kind of like what's going on with that. I thought they were going to do a thing where it was like she's eventually going to be jealous of everything working out for Creed while she's losing the things she likes. Instead, they went a whole different direction with his daughter, which I didn't know how to feel about that. I was like, okay,
that was the other thing that felt really like studio tacked on. We got to have the daughter training for an inevitable spin-off 3 movies down the road.
Yeah.
That felt really out of place. And also, she kind of kicked the shit out of that girl in the school scene. So what
she really did.
He just freaking clocked her, and then they're like, "We got to train her." Why? She's holding her own fine. It was weird.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I will say I did notice some of your criticisms, Adam, of like the green screen. There was green screen arenas in the first two, but they were way more apparent this time. I still think this was shot during like that kind of COVID-ish era.
It did feel like that.
Yeah, which I was noticing a lot of. Like, we'll even talk about John Wick 4. I'm like, I feel like 6 years ago, green screen locations didn't look this obvious.
Do you think it's that, or so there's that newer tech that they're using for green screen where it's not even a green screen, it's like a digital background?
No, I know what you're talking about. I don't think that's what they used for this. I don't think that's what they used for no. But I just think I think there's like corners being cut. I should have had my good friend Yoshi Vu on. We had that whole episode about CGI. It was a little apparent, and it was taking me out of it a little bit. All right, so without spoiling too much, there is the final fight, and it turns into a dream sequence at one point. And Adam, you seem very, very not into this, where like it's in their minds, and then suddenly he goes against the ropes, and it's a cage, like the prison cell, and then the mattress tied up to the turnbuckle is like what they were beaten up on as kids, and it like becomes real trippy, and it's inside their heads. You seem to not like that.
I appreciated what they were going for, but then I rewatched Creed after, and they kind of did that in the first movie with blocking out the audience, and it was just those two in the arena. This took it further, obviously. I think it could have worked if instead of this bizarre like cage coming down and kind of bringing elements of their past into the arena, they instead actually jumped back into when they were kids and they're fighting as kids in a real setting. That would have been more impactful to me, because they had that great shot where they were looking at each other in the corners, kind of like the one you have up right now, and they were kids. So it would have been cool to just go back to that time. But whatever. It was
it was a little
short. It was short.
Yeah, thankfully. It was short. It was only one of the rounds they did it for. It did feel a little weird, it happening so late into the movie. But then again, if you think about it, this is technically Rocky 9. You got to experiment at some point. I mean, you got to experiment at some point.
I liked his kind of slow motion shots he was doing. It felt
like the Sherlock Holmes sort of thing.
Yes, it felt like Sherlock Holmes when he's calculating the shot, and that was great.
Yeah, but I actually didn't. Other than they're erasing Italians, I actually didn't mind Rocky not being in it. Like, I don't feel like there would have been a lot for him to do. Plus, they had like Duke Jr. There, and they gave him a bigger role because Duke, trained like Creed and stuff in the other ones. Did you guys miss Rocky that much? I thought I would, but I didn't miss him too much. I was kind of invested in what was going on.
I can't imagine his part would be big anyhow. I think it would he would probably only fit in there in the emotional parts, like with his mother. So I can't imagine him having much more of a bigger part than that.
Yeah, what do you think, Adam?
I get it. I get why they have to kind of go away from him at this point, because Stallone he's Rocky, and he kind of overshadows Creed in his movies when he's present. People love Rocky. That's why these movies exist. So at some point, they just have to rip off the Band-Aid. It was weird, though, going from 2 Creed/Rocky films to just him completely gone. I think there's one reference in the whole thing. it would have been nice to just have maybe some footage of him on one of those ESPN, interviews, or just something smaller, or a phone call when his mom was sick. It just felt very kind of out of nowhere this time.
It would have been nice. Obviously, he's like feuding with that one producer, so that wasn't going to happen. I'm glad they haven't like killed him yet.
Yes.
I kind of like that they ended it in like if that was his ending. Oh yeah, he's finally gonna like reconcile with his son and actually be a family man for once, because he kind of screwed it up earlier in life. Was it their daughter? Was her age right? How much time has passed between the films?
It's probably pretty close.
Yeah, I thought it would be pretty close.
Okay, I mean, keep in mind, this is a universe where Rocky's son went from being 8 years old to 15 within a week between films.
Yeah.
Although I brought that up before, and I think my friend Kieran is like, well, they never say how long he was in Russia. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe they kept him. Maybe there's like a whole trilogy of films of Rocky.
He's a prisoner of war over there.
Having to fight his way out of Russia while having a fresh brain damage.
Stallone's other trilogy that no one really watched, but somehow they kept making movies, is those Prison Break films. Do you remember those?
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's in the other ones. I think Schwarzenegger bailed.
They could just say that's like those are loosely based in the Rocky universe, and he's breaking out of Russian prisons. They made like 3 of those films. Who was watching those?
I don't know. I have one of them and I never even watched it. I need to ask someone very, very important. This is a big get for us. This is a big celebrity get for us.
Oh wow.
Cardiff Electric. Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello. How are you?
I am doing great. What do you think about the Creed movies?
I watched the first one.
Did you like it?
It was all right. It was
okay.
It was all right. I mean, I couldn't get past some of the timeline issues with the mom and Creed and
okay.
Rocky
Do you plan on seeing Creed 3?
No.
Okay, we'll have you on later. Thank you for stopping by, Cardiff.
Okay, bye.
Okay, that is where did you guys go? There we go. That is one of the most famous podcasters in the world today. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of and all the girls want to be. He's amazing. Check out Cardiff Electric.
No words. They truly have no words for whatever that was. Is that loosely inspired by the vampire potato episode of Darkwing Duck? Anybody remember that?
Adam, it would take so long to explain what the hell that is. We don't have time for it.
Okay, all right,
we don't have time for whatever. So I guess any last words on Creed 3? I really enjoyed it. I don't know where I would fit it in the trilogy. I really liked Creed 2. You're right. I think Creed 2 is a little underrated. I think I might like that one more. But no, this one was solid. And, that Jonathan Majors, I hope he's in a million more movies to come. That poor guy. I mean, well, we'll see if he was innocent or not. But right now, I'm just like, oh, man, it's got to suck to be that guy right now. Real quick. I love this guy's just setting up. Dennis! Oh, you don't have a microphone set up.
He's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you hear me, Tony?
Dennis, did you see Creed 3?
I did not, because Sylvester Stallone wasn't involved, and I figured it was a write-off. But I hear it's great, right?
Okay, well, we got another Johanna person right here.
Here we go.
Real quick, did you see, because I'll have you jump in later, have you seen Scream 6, 65, Shazam, or John Wick?
I saw John Wick, and I fell asleep during Scream because it was late, not because it was...
Okay, good. We'll have you back on for the John Wick part. Thanks for stopping by. Adam, can you believe all these $10 patrons can now be part of the show? Isn't that amazing?
That's remarkable. I've actually never heard of anybody doing such a generous thing. It's like,
I know. Now I am very famous and important, but I need to remember the little people, the common folk, as I call them.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Let me give them something. They can be part of something very, very famous if they pay $10 a month, or pay annually, get 16% off. But yeah, so I don't think anyone in the chat or in our group here has seen Creed 3. So we're gonna move on to the next film, and we're gonna bring in. Let me see here. There she is. Johanna, hello. And of
Hello,
course,
Tony.
the It's Been Salad.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so we all saw Scream 6. Which they're like, okay, we can go back to numbering them now. 5, they did the funny requel thing where they call it the first one. That was funny. They're like, all right, we're gonna go back to numbering now. I was interested in this one because each Scream movie kind of parodies like whatever is trendy at the time. And of course, Scream 5 parodied the soft reboot thing. But it is kind of funny because if you think about soft reboots, they kind of just focus on the first movie. And then the immediate sequel will reference the entire franchise. Kind of like Jurassic World. Only kind of reference the first movie, really. And then Fallen Kingdom and the other one, they're bringing back old characters. They're talking about the second island and everything. That's kind of what this movie does. It references every goddamn Scream movie and kind of figures out a way to tie them all together. Let me go down the line here. Joey C., what did you think of Scream 6?
I thought it was pretty fun. I had a good time watching it. It was violent. It kept me excited, and it was a little spooky. And the twist. I like all the twists. Kept me
They
going.
did have a number of twists. Adam,
Yeah.
what did you think of this one?
I'm with Joey. I had a good time with it. The Scream movies are pretty consistently good. I don't think any of them are consistently great, though. This one did bother me more than the other ones because it does get a little out there with how many times people get stabbed and just walk it off, and just some of the, convenience of bad guys showing up and good guys showing up. There's no cops anywhere. But again, since it is almost satirical, it's hard to get that mad about it. So yeah, Scream 6 was solid.
And Johanna, we saw this movie together,
Yep.
and we had a great time with it.
We hunted down a poster afterwards.
Okay, yeah. So this poster on the right here with Ghostface in Times Square, which was awesome, by the way. But I don't think Ghostface was actually in Times Square in the movie.
No, I don't think they showed it at all.
That's the one thing Jason Takes Manhattan beat them to. Jason Takes Manhattan is terrible. He's barely in Manhattan, but they at least got him in Times Square for one scene. We on our way out, we realized that they were giving away posters. You realized that they were giving away posters. And I was like, okay, I need that poster. So we're going around. Meanwhile, two teenage
The
girls.
whole theater.
Yeah, 2 teenage girls followed us because they also wanted the poster. The one had your hat on. And as I'm walking, I'm looking at this girl. I'm like, wait a minute. I was in 2nd grade when Scream 1 came out. What the hell? Why are you watching Scream? She's like, it's my favorite movie. I'm like, okay.
Tony, you like the original Halloween.
That's when it dawned on me. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that was kind of like what it would be like for me with Halloween and whatnot. And then I told those girls, I'm like, hey, I'm a very famous, important YouTuber. My Scream episodes didn't do super well, so will you please watch them? And I'm sure those girls are now going back to high school telling everyone about this hip, fun show called Hack the Movies. And soon there's going to be TikToks of us, right? Any day now, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
I like how everyone went silent there. I'm not really getting a lot of support.
Anyway, I love the movie.
It was fun. It was fun. Now, someone whose opinion really matters. Forget Johanna. Mid-Salad, what did you think of this movie?
I really liked how the all the murders were very creative, and I also like how all the killers killed random people as well as the main cast, just like collateral killing. And I honestly wish there were more Scream killers in this movie. I thought it was very fun, very enjoyable. This is probably one of my favorite Scream movies.
Yeah, I will say the number of Scream killers did go up in this one. Without spoiling too much, the opening we got to talk about. They do the classic, the killer's calling someone, faking them out, the girl gets stabbed, and it's Samara Weaving, who was in Ready or Not, which I actually still haven't seen. Is that good?
That's. I thought it was good.
Have you seen that, Adam? Ready or Not?
I have not seen it, but I did hear or read or something that the original role was supposed to go to, I don't know her name, Julia Roberts' daughter from
Emma
Scream
Roberts?
Queens. Emma Roberts was supposed to be
No,
that
because she was in
character.
Scream
niece.
4. That's her niece, but she was the killer in Scream 4.
Emma Roberts?
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you mean in Ready or Not or Scream 6? Wait, I'm sorry, I got confused.
Scream
Talking about
6.
Ready or Not.
No, he said Scream
what?
6.
Scream 6. Maybe I read something wrong. Maybe I got fake news thrown at me.
I was gonna say it'd be weird if Emma Roberts was in Scream 6 because she kind of died in Scream
She
4.
got shot in the head in Scream 4.
Hang on.
Then again,
I'm looking it up.
you look it up. Then again, Matthew Lillard is in Scream 2. They put a blonde wig on him and they throw him in the background of one of the parties. But yeah, so
Is Jill in Scream 4.
yes.
That's is.
But yeah, so Samara Weaving gets killed, and then they reveal the killer right away, and it's the guy from Grand Budapest Hotel and the new Spider-Man movies. And I remember, like, we were both in the theater, we're like, huh, they've never done that before. Is that going to be the new thing, where this time it's not even a whodunit? And I love that there is two different set of Scream killers. And so the one set of Scream killers gets killed by other Ghostface. I thought that was a fun way to open the movie. It felt very generic, and then it shifted into this new territory, which was really cool.
Yeah, it really kept it fresh, I think, in that case.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got our core four, as they're called. They're now living in New York. They all went to New York together. They're in college. They're having fun college parties. Sam, right? That's Melissa Barrera's character, Sam. She's trying to get therapy. It's not going well. It's not going well at all for her.
Told the truth, and
Not
were
at
like,
all.
Goodbye.
They
Also,
threatened,
shit. Also, the therapist, what a terrible therapist. Like, you didn't Google this woman? Like, you didn't look, like, how could you not know who she is? That had to have been a big story. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Sidney Prescott was attacked for the 5th time in 30 years, and this girl was one of the survivors. He should have known. But yeah, so it's cool to see them try to start over in New York, and now there's these new killers after them. There's theories that she's the one. I mean, she did technically kill Richie, but there's theories that she was the killer in the 5th one. Yeah, and it's a fun time. They bring back Hayden. What's her last name?
Panettiere.
Panettiere, because I butchered it.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere. I butchered it in one episode, and I think Ian made fun of me for it. They bring her back as Kirby. I didn't realize she hasn't been acting in like the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her.
Dealing with some issues, I think, personal issues.
Oh,
I
don't
loved
know.
her in Scream 4. She was probably my favorite character in Scream 4.
I didn't
she was
realize
awesome.
how much. I didn't realize how much people loved her in Scream 4.
Yeah.
Until the Scream 5 thing revealed she was alive and everyone got excited. I'm like, oh, I mean, she was okay. I didn't realize people were super pumped about it. What do you think, Vince Salad? What are your thoughts on Hayden?
I think she's cute. I think she's the cheerleader from Heroes.
She is the cheerleader
course,
from
yeah.
Heroes.
Very.
And of course, the elephant in the room, there is no Nev Campbell in this. And again, like with Rocky, I thought that was going to be weird, but I think they made it really work. Did you guys like the explanation for why she wasn't there?
Yeah.
I honestly totally missed it. What did they say?
Courtney Cox, she's like, I talked to Sydney. She sends her love, but she's taking her husband and the kids and they're going somewhere safe. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Sydney would not get involved for that. Sydney only came back in part 5 because Dewey died. So I get that was a friend, but I can see Sydney being like, you know what? I don't know these other girls that much. They're on their own. Their own. And I'm like, you know what? That's kind of a smart way to write her out of it. And she's like, hey, I don't really care about you girls that much. Good luck. Goodbye. Plus, last time,
stabbed so many times.
yeah. Plus, last time the killers like made sure they wanted Sydney to show up, so she probably knows by now that's what the killers want. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, without spoiling it, did you guys guess who the killer or killers were? Early?
Oh yeah, I got
I got the guy right away.
I was pretty much surprised the entire time. I gotta be honest.
Oh, you were surprised the whole time. Yeah, I feel like me and Johanna, we kind of figured out who it was. They throw you a curveball in the middle.
Yeah, the one curveball happens, and I'm just like, huh? And Tony's like, I knew it, and I'm like, no, that can't be right.
I was like, wait a minute, maybe we're wrong. And then that is the problem. And I actually went on the one show I co-host. Here's what I don't get. I brought in one of my issues was guessing the killer too early, because then you're bummed at the end when it's revealed, and you're like, oh, I guessed it too early. I'm like this. Now I'm just kind of waiting for it. The killers were kind of ridiculous. Their motive was ridiculous, but when are they not? Like, really, when are they not in these movies?
Honestly, the first movie probably had the most like solid reason.
Yeah, probably.
Probably the only solid one.
Also, I love that everything that happened in the Scream universe is because Lance Henriksen threw too wild of a party in the 70s. That's literally the origin of everything that went on in the Scream universe, because that's where the girl's illegitimate son was born, and that's when he gave them the two boys the idea to kill people. And I'm like, wow, if Lance Henriksen just wasn't a shitty pervert in the 70s, none of all these hundreds of people wouldn't have died. But yeah, to your point, Adam, the people surviving all the stabbings. Like, look, our main characters, like Courtney Cox and them, they've been stabbed a bunch in these series.
Yeah.
But dude, what's his face? Chad or whatever? The male twin.
Yeah.
Like him surviving.
That was ridiculous.
Him surviving the first
He was
one.
like stabbed 1,000 times. I thought he died in the last movie.
No, they kept him alive. They did, because it's a requel, they did what they did with David Arquette. David Arquette was supposed to die in Scream. But I think they tested it and they really liked him, so they kept him alive. And then that was the running gag in Scream. Like, every movie, he got his ass kicked. But yeah, so I know that that's what they want to do, but I think this dude was stabbed way too many times to be alive. I'm like, there's no way he's playing football still in the sequel.
Even the Wednesday Addams chick, what's her name?
Yeah. Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
I think she's Tara, maybe?
He like straight up jump stabbed her in the spine at one point, and she's like, ah, and then she just starts running away like it was nothing. Like, you got wrecked there.
But you know what it is? They probably all stopped by the Continental Hotel from John Wick. Okay, and they got whatever keeps those sons of bitches alive in those movies.
That's exactly what they did.
But no, I think it did really well with the New York setting. The subway scene was really fun. I love seeing Ghostface with the shotgun. Because all the Ghostface use guns, or they pretty much use guns, but they never used it like in the costume before, so that was fun.
I also don't think Ghostface Killer's ever used a shotgun before.
No, he's not used a shotgun. That was new.
Yeah, very new. Everything's new in this movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
And you're right. There were a lot of like, because usually Ghostface, they have a bunch of people they want to kill, and then occasionally there's a couple random ones. Like the principal in the first one, they killed him just to get people distracted. In Scream 5, a bunch of security guards get killed. But yeah, but those were off screen. So it was cool seeing Ghostface just walking around a goddamn bodega, just lighting people up. I thought it was pretty interesting. But yeah, hold on one second.
If they utilize New York a little bit more, that was my only other hang up.
Adam, have you seen Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
I don't think I've seen clips, and it looks
okay. If you've seen that movie, you would not be saying that. This movie utilized New York very, very well. Spoiler for Jason Takes Manhattan, which they play at the beginning of this movie. Jason is on a boat for 90% of that film, and then he's in Manhattan for 10%. And most of what was Manhattan was actually shot in Vancouver. So this, at least they're in the goddamn city in New York.
Sure.
So it gets points for me there. But yeah, you said like the cops don't get involved. I mean, if you spend time in New York, a lot of crazy shit happens. I literally saw a dude fight a homeless guy outside of a bodega, and he like picked up his bicycle and started threatening the guy with his bicycle. And there wasn't a cop anywhere to be seen. No one even intervened. I laughed and kept walking. So I can believe a Ghostface guy walking around fucking things up and no one's stopping it. Guys, I'm not going to get killed because a homeless guy is fighting a bicycle guy, all right? I'm going to laugh and keep walking and mind my own business. Real quick, oh my God, it's a party here. She's late, but she's here. Hello, Raya. How are Raya or Raya? Sorry, I forgot how to say it.
It's Raya.
Hello, Raya. What did you think of Scream 6?
I loved it. It was way better than Scream 5, in my opinion.
Oh, I said
Really?
the same thing.
I agree there.
Yeah, so how would you... Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of putting this like maybe on par or just a little bit above Scream 3. Scream 3 I love, but it is kind of the weakest, which isn't that movie's fault. There was a lot of outside things interfering with that film, like script rewrites and pressure from the studio to change things. I don't know. Like, a lot of people are really loving this, though. Adam, is this one of your favorites?
Of the Scream movies? No.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not like huge. I'm not like a huge Scream guy. I think they're all pretty solid. Yeah, they're all entertaining watches, but I don't need to see it again.
I don't know, Joey. Are you a big Scream guy? Where does this stand for you?
I think 3 is definitely my favorite, but 6 was fresh enough to where I think it's a close second.
3's your favorite? That's a hot take.
I love
That's a hot
3.
take.
Yeah,
my
I
friend.
have never heard anybody say 3 was their
3 is kind of hot trash.
I really want to like 3, but again, the rewrites are like there are supposed to be 2 killers in that movie, but then the script but it's actually kind of funny because they reference all the things that happen to them in real life. Like in Scream 3, they're like, who dies next? It's like, oh, there's 3 endings because the script leaked online, which is what happened to that movie. The one actress was supposed to be the second killer, but it leaked online. And then when the producers are like, you got to tone down the violence in your horror movie, that is something. That's why people are being exploded in fireballs instead of outright stabbed in that movie.
Makes it way better.
Wait,
That makes it way better, but it's like,
I was gonna ask. Sorry. Go ahead, Whit.
I think Scream 3 is Riley's favorite. It's probably my second to third favorite. I gotta be honest. Just the change of locations.
it was nice. Scream Goes Hollywood was nice. Rhea, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, so it's been a minute since I've seen 3. So 3 is the one where the movie becomes self-referential and Stab the movie series is happening, right? Or is that part of
That starts with 2, but Scream 3 is when they're on the Stab 3 set. Like that's when they're actually on the movie set. Yeah.
And Carrie Fisher appears, right? Okay, yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always forget Carrie Fisher's in that movie until she shows up. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, Carrie Fisher. That's when she was just showing up in random movies. Like, remember Austin Powers? She's like the group therapist.
Yes, and apparently she was ghostwriting hella stuff that I was like, oh, I love Wedding Singer. Wait, Carrie Fisher ghostwrote?
Yeah, no, she was a script doctor for years. She punched up a lot of dialogue. Apparently, she script doctored the Star Wars prequels. So imagine how much worse they probably were before she went in there. But yeah, I really enjoyed Scream 6. Like you said, it felt fresh. I don't know what they're going to do next. I feel like they should take a little bit of a break and wait to see what horror movies turn into.
No. They're like already fast tracking the next one.
I know that's what they're going to do.
It's already out.
But again,
on
this did feel like those other movies where like I said, Jurassic World, self-contained, and then by Jurassic World Dominion, it's like all the old characters are back, and here's all the references to this shit, and blah blah blah. And it's like okay, and then it becomes like a big franchise thing. Did you guys watch the post-credit sequence?
Yes.
Yes. I honestly think they
was
should
one.
have killed off all the main characters
Huh?
in the post-credit scene.
What was that?
They should kill off all the characters in the next movie. That's what I think they should do.
I thought they were gonna kill off what's her face, Courtney Cox, but it looks like she's still sticking around. I did like that the kill. By the way, this one before we leave this is the first time Ghostface is called Courtney Cox. Which I didn't even realize until they say it in the movie. They're like, oh, we've never actually talked before. I'm like, oh shit, they haven't. What was I gonna say? Oh god damn it! I was blindsided by that fun fact. I totally forgot what I wanted to say about it.
I'm glad she got punched in this movie.
What she does,
Huh?
what she does with the call.
Oh yeah, she just hangs up and Star 69s him, which is what Jada Pinkett said to do in Scream 2. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it for Scream 6. Let's have some of our patrons in. Rhea, you said you saw Shazam 2, right?
I sure did.
All right, we will bring you back for Shazam 2. Stand by. And Johanna, any last words before you leave? Because I think it's the only movie you saw.
I'm out of here.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
I have one last word.
What's that, Mint?
I really especially like the little ladder scene.
The ladder scene was fun.
That was fun. And it was it gave me like a lot of like tension in my body. It made me feel anxiety.
Yeah. Especially when that girl's face split open when she hit the goddamn dumpster. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awful.
Okay. Let me bring in a couple of our patrons here and ask them their quick thoughts. Okay. Boom. Bearded Outlaw, what did you think of Scream 6?
I liked it. It's very entertaining.
How do you rank it with the other Scream films? Where do you place this one?
I think I'd put it as my second favorite one. It might just be
Whoa.
recency. It might just be recency, you know.
Okay.
The kills.
Scream 3,
really
Scream
got
3
me.
being his favorite, of course.
Scream 3
of
being your
course,
favorite.
of
It's apparently
course. It gotta
everyone's
be.
favorite.
Yeah, Scream 3, Halloween Resurrection, you know.
Well, Halloween Resurrection's obviously the best one. We all
Best
agree
one,
with
yeah.
that.
Of course.
Busta Rhymes, I mean, Halloween Ends, I just didn't believe it as a definitive ending because Busta Rhymes wasn't involved with
Exactly, I
the
was
final conflict.
Waiting for it
They
the whole
gotta
time.
redo that ending of Halloween Ends with Busta Rhymes coming in. I'm from another universe where I kicked Michael Myers. No, I electrocuted Michael Myers in the balls. I got this, Jamie Lee.
He should have been the one to start the wood chipper or whatever.
All right, we will have you back on. What other movie did you say you saw? Sorry, I asked you like 5
Shazam.
times. Shazam, bring you back on for Shazam. Thank you.
All right.
Matt, what
You're
did you
the
think
ol-
of Scream 6?
Tony, everybody in your community are the only people that saw Shazam. It's incredible.
That's pretty funny. Matt, what did you think of Scream 6?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty entertaining, especially the last third. It really ramped up. I
Yeah.
kind of copped out with a lot of the people they decide to keep alive. And
Yeah, they are keeping a lot of survivors alive. I'm noticing that.
kind of did that thing that I've seen it in a couple horror movies lately. I saw it in Megan, where like the cops in the ambulance show up at the end, and the friends where they probably should be in the hospital show up with the cops. Where I don't know if that's very safe to bring them to an active crime scene.
Oh yeah, that yeah. When what's her face shows up at the end, I'm like, all right, that's a little ridiculous. Yeah. So where would you rank?
Question: shouldn't the masks be in police custody?
Well, no. They mentioned that people they've been buying it for like police officers are selling it under the table as some kind of black market thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because they're like, how did he get all this? And like, cops will accept money for evidence. I mean, once the case is closed, it's like, do we really need the giant Zeus cutout that Jerry O'Connell was shot in front of? Like, we could probably get rid of that. Matt, how would you rank this for the on your list of Scream movies?
Compared to the others, probably about a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
So it was
So
boring.
one of the better ones for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining. We're going to move on here. Let me remove you there. And we're going to talk about, is he not here? Did he let me down? Hold on. I'm in. Can you see me? Can anyone see Prison Mike? I cannot see Prison Mike.
Nope.
I'm going to say,
I thought maybe you were
No.
bringing back the vampire potato guy again. I was getting ready
I
to
do not
cower in fear.
that guy is trying to be on every podcast ever. So I was like, hey, if you want to interrupt tonight, feel free.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I do not see Prison Mike. All right, I'll let him join in. If I see him, I'll let him pop in. Okay, 65. The movie no one saw except for us three. Mint, you didn't see this. I'm going to remove you for a second. Okay. Guys, real quick. What made you want to go see this movie?
I'll tell you exactly. You texted me a link and a list of movies, and I had to go see it.
Okay. Well, that was a bad answer. Adam, what made you want to go see this movie?
Adam Driver, obviously. And oh yeah, dinosaurs.
Okay. Hold on. Prison Mike is like, you took forever to answer. Get in now.
And Tony, of course,
Prison
our
Mi-
private text. That's what really got me to go see it.
That's what I'm saying.
The tasteful photos you sent me.
Okay. Yeah, so we probably all feel the same way. And he texts me again, can you see me now? No, I cannot see you, Prison Mike. Did the movie feel like it took a little too long to get to the dinosaur action for you?
Yep, I would say so.
What do you think, Adam?
You know, sometimes a movie's just okay. That's what 65 was. It was just okay.
I
It was an hour and a
completely agree
half.
with
It
that.
was.
Yeah.
I didn't think it took that long to get to the dinosaurs. It was a short movie. I thought it was just fine.
It is a short movie. I feel like it took a little too long to get to it. And I think even you in your reviews, you said like, you feel like they just added dinosaurs to some shots that may not have actually been like, originally would not have been in those shots. They just added some dinosaurs to spice it up. So the filmmakers are very upset with how this movie was promoted. They wanted the whole dinosaur thing to be a surprise. Like that was going to be the twist in the movie. Like originally they wanted to be like Adam. And I guess if you go into this movie blind, maybe that works. Oh God, what's he saying? Only the host can see. What the hell? Sorry. He says he's in here. I do not see him in here. Yeah, so they wanted it to be a surprise. They wanted Adam Driver to land on the planet. They maybe wanted you to think it was aliens or whatnot. Somehow a producer was like, oh no, we're not fucking doing that. We're telling everyone dinosaurs are in the movie. So they're very upset about like them spoiling it. But if you're going to make that change, then give us a dinosaur action scene a lot earlier in the film. Because it did feel, and I like this movie. I really like this movie. But it did feel like a couple moments that there was going to be some kind of dinosaur attack and then nothing would happen. I don't know. The beginning just dragged a little bit for me. But overall, I really, really liked it. I don't know. What would you have liked this more if you didn't know dinosaurs were in it? Or would you have just never have seen it?
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed it either way. I thought the dinosaurs added a little spice to it. I didn't even know that they wanted that to be a surprise. I don't think that would have changed much for me anyhow. I thought it was Adam said it right. It's an okay movie. And it entertained me for a while.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing ever. But I really like the characters. I know people were like, oh, it was kind of annoying that they couldn't talk to each other, but I thought that added like an extra element.
Isn't it?
It's like
there's like it's kind of based on that book by H.G. Wells, The Time Machine, because that guy goes forward in time and he meets the little girl, but they can't communicate and they have to get out together. It's been a while since I read that book. I remember the wonderful movie from the early 2000s. I don't know how accurate that was, though. So I don't know if that was like intentional or what, but it's got those vibes to it.
Okay.
Is Knock at the Cabin on our list, or was that?
It is not on our list. That was last month.
Okay, I just saw Knock at the Cabin, and I kind of feel the same way about that as I do about 65, where they were both like well presented, visually good looking, sound was great, acting was solid. They were just missing that one extra little punch of emotion to kind of elevate it. They're just like competently made, decent Sunday afternoon movies to watch.
Yeah,
like I said, I thought it was fine. The way it was advertised, I thought that was going to be his actual daughter, not just someone else. But I think they worked that in really well. The dinosaur action scenes, what few of them there were actually pretty fun. I did love. You could tell they knew that they were a little limited by their technology. So I love the scene in the cave where like suddenly it turns into a like they cut to the hologram, him fighting the dinosaur on the hologram to kind of get around the limitations. I'm like, oh, that was actually really, really cool. And good, he finally figured it out. Hello, Prison Mike, how are you?
What's up?
Can you, for the love of God, can you mute your TV or turn it down a little bit?
You nitwit sent me the wrong link.
I didn't send you the wrong link. Everyone else figured it out. Prison Mike, we saw 65 together, and we really enjoyed it.
Yes.
God damn you with the audio! I need to get.
I'm trying to turn it down. Shut up.
you have headphones. You can just plug headphones.
You have earbuds or something.
No, hold on. I'll figure this out.
I swear to God, if this is on Cringe of the Week, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my God! Get headphones or something.
Better?
Let me. Sure, that's better. Prison Mike, what did you like about the movie 65?
The dinosaurs.
Great. We waited all this time to get you on the show, and you're like, yeah, the dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs.
Prison Mike.
How it is, Tony. He tells it how
I'm
it is.
sorry, I'm a little confused.
I've seen the movie. Is it not?
The whole reason he saw the movie, actually, yeah, that's true. Prison Mike loves dinosaur movies. I'm not sure why Prison Mike is with my sister. That's very concerning.
Don't worry about Prison. Don't worry about it, Tony.
I'm already a little concerned that my twin nieces look like you, Prison Mike. I have a lot of questions for her.
Conjugal visits.
Yeah, Prison Mike, you didn't know about this movie, I think, until I told you, right?
Right. I know. I had no idea what it was.
And because dinosaurs are in it, you saw it. So the producers are right in this case. They should have made it more focused on the dinosaurs and been more upfront with that. I think the filmmakers were wrong in this case, but it doesn't matter. No one except the four of us saw the movie.
Yeah, all four of us.
Yeah, I feel bad because like I love dinosaur movies. We all love dinosaur movies, but when it comes to big budget ones, Jurassic Park's kind of got the monopoly on it.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to see bigger budget dinosaur movies, and they're even in the 14 years where Jurassic Park went away, the only big budget dinosaur movie I can think of is King Kong, and that's it. It's weird that no one ever stepped up to the plate, and then we finally get a movie that kind of does it, and then no one goes sees it.
There was that shitty Pixar dinosaur movie too, Dinosaur.
Oh no, that's a Disney one. I don't know if that was Pixar, but yeah, that movie sucked.
Oh, that was
Pixar.
Yeah, that was Pixar. Yeah,
that was Pixar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That movie does suck. That Disney Dinosaur sucks. We were gonna review that once, and I had to watch the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tony. Hey, we're crossing streams. You're right. Dinosaurs Disney. The good dinosaur is Pixar.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I was talking about the good dinosaur.
Oh no. Disney's Dinosaur. I watched that movie. I took a bunch of notes. We went to go film a review, and then Johanna got sick, and we ended up never reviewing the movie. I was so pissed off.
I like Disney's Dinosaur is fine.
The show Dinosaurs is pretty good.
Yeah,
the show Dinosaurs is pretty. Yeah, the Jim Henson show. It's pretty good. I will say it was nice to see a movie where a guy's just firing bullets into dinosaurs. Have all of us grow up playing the Turok Dinosaur Hunter games for Nintendo 64?
Classic.
Did you ever play that, Prison Mike?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, so it was cool because you don't really get that.
GoldenEye guy, but
GoldenEye was good too. Because in the Jurassic Park movies, there's not a lot of shooting dinosaurs. There's very little. There's very little.
Never.
No. That's not true. Jurassic World, that raptor gets blown up by a rocket. The mercenaries shoot one of the flying ones on their way to the island, and then Blue gets shot in the one afterwards. And they fire a rocket at the Indominus, but it doesn't kill it. So seeing Adam Driver just
die. Does any dinosaur die from getting shot?
Yeah, mostly in Jurassic World. Yeah,
I don't.
But it was cool in this one. It was cool in this one to see Adam Driver just blowing bullets into a fucking T-Rex's head. That whole ending was fun with like the 3 T-Rexes attacking the ship, and then that big one showed up. I'm calling them T-Rexes. I don't think any of the dinosaurs were based on any kind of real dinosaur.
Yeah, they just made them dinosaurs up on their own.
Yeah, but it kind of works.
Like T-Rex, like they just.
Yeah, it kind of works because the spacemen, they land on Earth at the worst possible time. They land on Earth right as it's about to get hit by an asteroid. So you could just assume that the asteroid wiped all those dinosaurs out and there's no evidence of them. But no, I had a really good time. Prison Mike had a lot of good time. Had a good time there. I think people need to check it out.
It was me
what
and
was that?
For a movie date.
Yeah, it was our first movie. We've been to movies together. Never alone though.
No.
Well, now that you're out of the clink and you're a free man, we can start going to the movies more often.
I'm still wondering why you tried to put a hole in the bag of popcorn.
God damn it, Prison Mike. All right, goodbye, Prison Mike. Goodbye, Prison Mike. Goodbye. Thank you for joining. That guy. Prison really, I don't know why he's with my sister. That's very, very upsetting. My sister's married to a cop. You think Prison Mike would be more careful?
Tony, what's more bizarre is she just brought out a bag of popcorn.
Okay, what is next on our list here? Before we move on, let's do some of these super chats, shall we?
We shall.
Okay, let me scroll all the way up here. Holy shit. We have a lot of comments. Do you guys love doing these live episodes? Isn't it so much fun?
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going to try it myself, Tony. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Just think, you almost saw Dungeons and Dragons today.
Well, I might still get this over with fast enough. There is a 10 o'clock showing tonight.
We'll try our best. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
David Bauer for $2. Tony loves mommy milkers. He does.
That he does. Can confirm.
I mean, who doesn't? Am I right?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we have to ask an expert. Hold on, real quick.
Here we go. God.
Let me get
Should be good.
Mint, do you love mommy milkers?
Oh, I love Mommy Milkers.
That's good. That's good. The Flail says, "Sing row, row, row your boat in a round, please."
All right,
God
I'll
damn it.
start. Row,
God damn it.
row, row your boat gently down the flail. Merrily, 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 merrily. I love Mommy Milkers.
Oh my God, that was
Row, row, row your boat.
Were we really
gently
doing this?
down- No, we're not doing this.
Oh.
Fuck you, Flail. We're
Thank
not
you,
doing
Flail.
this.
You're a gem.
Row, row,
was fun.
row your tits gently down the tit stream.
Why do you guys do
Merrily, merrily, down the titties we go.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Okay, once she get her started, she doesn't stop. You gotta put her in timeout once in a while. All right, AJ Wizzle for $9 Looney Tunes dollars. Come on, guys. I want good old fashioned U.S. American dollars. Tony, following your example, I no longer cry, as you are the Ben Shapiro of movie reviewers. And facts don't care about your feelings. What factual movies and docs should Tony supporters be watching?
Tony's the Ben Shapiro of 65. Let me tell you about 65, guys. 65 is about the patriarchy.
65
the
is
dinosaurs are all gay. Adam Driver's gay. It's a trans allegory. The whole thing is a disaster.
I love my sister. My sister is the best. My sister is the best. Gina Carano will be starring in my next 5 films. Factual movie documentaries. Well, my go-to movie documentary has to be Stanley Kubrick's. I think it's called Life in Pictures. I also really like Electric Boogaloo, the Canon Pictures story about that insane production company that put out just batshit crazy films for decades. Check that out. That one's really, really good. Here we go. ASE presents. This is probably Riley, since Mint is on the show. I'd like Tony to say, I like the way Jonathan Majors acts in... God damn it, they got me. I like the way Jonathan Majors acts in Creed 3. So that'll probably be taken out of context, you fucking assholes. I really should read these before I say them out loud. Fallow the Cloud for $25. I hope Miss Mint Salad, the totally normal looking and not extremely hot teacher, trying and failing to hide it behind glasses and cleavage hiding shirt. Hopefully she can help you be on the righteous path. What the fuck? Mint, is this one of your guys? What is this? Let's bring Raya back in here. Hello, Raya. We brought you back in. We're reading super chats at the moment, and then we're going to get into Shazam too.
Nice.
Here we go. Rob K for $5. What are the chances that future Scream movies actually kill off a likable character? The last 2 films have been kind of predictable. Yeah, I'll give credit to Scream 2. They did kill Randy midway through that movie, which wasn't expected.
That was totally out of left field.
And then they gave Cotton Weary this whole heroic arc, and they killed him right at the beginning of Scream 3. So, yeah, hopefully they do something like that, although it seems like they're committed to keeping their core 4. Here we go. Hi, Tony and all. Tony, review The Phantom with Frank and Billy Zane, you coward. Huge fan, by the way. I've said it many, many times. My goal in life is to get Billy Zane on the show so I could talk about The Phantom and slam evil with him. We all love The Phantom, right? Ray, have you seen The Phantom?
No, I haven't.
Oh, were you not in 1996? Were you not slamming evil with the rest of us?
No, I would think I was like 4 years old.
Mint Salad, were you slamming evil in 1996?
I was slamming evil in my mother's ovaries, if that's what you're asking.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. I love The Phantom. I don't care what I don't even like it. Ironically, I love that movie legitimately. That movie is awesome. Way better than The Shadow. What the fuck, you, Adam? Are you confusing it with The Shadow? The Shadow was pretty bad. The Phantom was awesome. And my goal is to get Billy.
Where he's got purple spandex and he's on a horse.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day.
Yeah.
With the power ring.
Yeah.
That movie sucked. No,
that movie's awesome.
Wait, is this like in the vein of like an anti-hero like Darkman or The Crow or something?
He's not so much
in
in
the vein of garbage.
It was during that time where they were bringing a bunch of the pulp characters like Dick Tracy and they were bringing them to the big screen. It was in that era. And it was awesome. I don't care what Adam says. And
Is
he
the
was
Shadow
purple.
the one with Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, the Shadow's the one with
Is
Alec
that where they
Baldwin.
shoot the two bullets hit in the air?
Yeah, the bullets
That's
hit each
awesome.
other.
That was the only good part of that movie.
Oh, we have a new channel member, and it's Rhea. Thank you, Rhea.
I literally couldn't tell if y'all were making a fake plot and we're just playing up the gag, or if this is the actual plot of the movie you're describing.
No, that really happens. That really happens. Two bullets hit each other in midair.
Yeah.
Ryan Powell just dropping by for a super chat here. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Your BFF, best furry fan. You know, I don't know all our furry fans, but he is our best. Real quick, Prison Mike's back. Hello, Prison Mike. How are you? Prison Mike, hello.
Oh my god.
I don't think he knows he's on.
Got the
I don't think he knows.
cam going.
Do you guys want to see a blooper reel from one of my ads with Prison Mike? Here we go.
Trouble with today's sponsor, Aura. Fuck!
What's Aura?
No, I gotta do it again.
Oh, why did you do it?
Okay. There we go. I've been doing brand deals for 3 years, and I'm fucking up. And Prison Mike is just on point. He said his line right away. Good job, Prison Mike. And now he's gone. I don't think he expected me to put him back on screen. Okay. Do we have any more here? Nathan Fincher sent a super sticker, which I cannot see on StreamYard. God damn it. I'm sure it was a very nice. Oh, it's a smiley face with hearts. Okay. Yeah, it's very cute, Adam.
That's nice.
Oh my god, so many goddamn comments. Okay, AJ was will Johanna, the Stormy Daniels of the Hack the Movies community, withdraw her false claims that Tony is a foot guy? I hope so. I hope she does. Those are unfounded rumors.
If Prison Mike doesn't accidentally come back on watching Pornhub, I'm going to be really disappointed.
The flail for $5. Sing row row your boat throughout every single boat. No, I'm not doing that. The flail. God damn it. We're not all singing row 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 your boat.
And why that song? Why that song?
I don't know. I
Gently
don't know.
down the flail.
Shut up, Joey. Okay. I think that was it for now. Please send in more super chats and we will read them at the end of the show. Now, next on our list. Oh God, where did it go? Okay, add to stream. Shazam, the Fury of the Gods. Now, let me go down this row real quick. I need to ask a few questions. Joey, what did you think of Shazam 1? Did you enjoy that film?
Shazam 1 was fantastic. I quite enjoyed it.
Okay, what did you think of Black Adam?
It was all right. It was a decent film. It wasn't anything special.
Black Adam wasn't in Shazam 2, Tony.
I know. I just want to get people's opinions on this Shazam verse before we jump into Shazam 2.
That's fair.
Adam, we already have talked about Black Adam at length. Mid Salad, what did you think of Black Adam? I know you did Black Adam History Month, where you reviewed all Rock movies.
Oh boy.
Yuck.
Black Adam is definitely probably one of the worst DC movies I've ever seen.
What did you think of Shazam? What did you think of Shazam 1, though?
Shazam 1 was actually pretty quaint. I quite enjoyed it.
Okay. Rhea, did you like Shazam 1?
I did. I saw it in theaters.
It was a good time. What did you think of Black Adam?
I love Black Adam. I also saw it in theaters. I thought
we found the one person. We found the one person.
I like Ray with the flex. I saw it.
We found the one person who liked Black Adam. Okay.
What are you talking about? My buddy Bless saw Black Adam 3 times in theaters. We fought for days over it. Like
what?
It's that
what
good.
What is wrong with you, dude?
What is wrong with everyone? Well, I got a bone to pick with Black Adam because I think it screwed over this movie a little bit.
Yeah. I like
The Rock's ego.
For this, Tony, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah. We'll get more into that. Yeah. So Shazam 2 came out, and not many people are seeing it. And I think one of the factors in it is The Rock. Whether you like Black Adam or not, that's fine. The Rock thought he was gonna take over DC Comics and be its main guy, and he forgot in the superhero genre the actor only matters so much, It's like you're never going to be bigger than the character, really. And he kind of
what was his flex? What was the word he always said
the
about
hierarchy of power is about to change in the DC universe. And for Raya, it did. Raya was like, yeah, I'm fine with this hierarchy of power changing.
I was on board. I was just like, yes, let's see where this goes. I know this is focusing more on like Shazam and how it might have, gotten screwed over by the decisions behind the scenes. But to be totally honest, my take is that whether or not Black Adam or even like a Wonder Woman cameo, which would arguably be more valuable than a Black Adam cameo, even that couldn't save this movie. So as much as I enjoyed it was, it was already sinking before it launched.
Well, there was a second factor, which we're going to get to, which is why it's not just Black Adam. I think people are upset because Shazam did set up Black Adam. There was even like a deleted scene where they set him up more. And then The Rock apparently was like, nah, I'm not being in that movie. I'm not doing a cameo. And they're like, okay. And they're like, hey, well, can some of the Shazam people cameo in your movie? And he's like, no, I want to fight Superman. And someone should remind him, like, hey, do you know where your character's from? Like, I know your character has fought Superman, but he's a Shazam guy first. Let's build up to the Superman thing. Let's not try to do that right away. So I do think that was an issue. Now people realize that Shazam is never going to meet his arch enemy, really. Besides Dr. Sivana, they're like, oh, people want to see that rivalry. Now, like, The Rock was making it clear that that was not going to happen. But the second thing that affected it was James Gunn coming out and being like, hey, we're rebooting everything after The Flash. And it's like, oh, well, the people who go to see these movies, they want to see how one leads into the other. And you basically just told them that none of these movies matter when it comes to that. So I think people will end up seeing this when it hits streaming, but it didn't seem like anyone wanted to rush out to theaters for it. Having said that, I saw this movie. I really enjoyed it. I liked it as much as the first one. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you. In fact, I enjoyed this movie a lot more. I felt like there was more interactions from the other members of the Shazamly. And
I've never heard him called that.
Oh yeah, it's a common thing.
Okay, the Shazamly.
Yeah, so having more screen time with the rest of the Shazamly, also getting more backstory on the villains as well, like the actual goddesses that all have different powers that impact, time, space, physical matter, etc. And also getting, like, the third point that I also really like is that we get more time with the kids just being kids, because ultimately they're, spending time as like their adult forms as superhumans, but their actual character development substantially happens when they are in their child form.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy that. Joey, what did you think of this wonderful film?
It was all right. I do like.
That's not what you said before the stream. That is not what you said before.
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
Unreal.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it.
Why didn't it work for you? Why didn't it work for you?
It was just too like cheesy. Like it was too like Peacemakers. Like I kind of got that kind of vibe. Like it was just so goofy.
Peacemaker was fun. Did you not like Peacemaker?
I loved Peacemakers.
Okay.
Start out by saying that. So maybe that was a bad analogy, but
it's just Peacemaker.
Yeah, I just thought it was
not plural.
It's just Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. There's only one. Yeah. I thought it was a bit too goofy. I'm not a DC guy, so it's hard for me to get into it. I'm more of a Marvel guy, and I know that you're huge into DC. So
Yes, I'm more of a DC guy. I mean, you prefer the Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson. You tell me all the time. You're like, Tony, she's my favorite. I watch that movie every night before I go to sleep.
That's right.
Adam, of course, loves Captain Marvel more than the Shazam Captain Marvel.
Of course, yeah.
Because you're woke, obviously.
Right,
Adam, where did you land on this film? Did you love it, hate it, or just not care?
So I enjoyed it. I took my two children. They also really enjoyed it. We liked the first Shazam film. I gotta say though, T-Money, which is what I'm gonna call you now, Tony, for this one time only, and never again.
Okay. You've called me that several times, but keep going.
Today. T-Dog. I don't know if the internet's kind of weird because it feels like everyone's connected and understands everything, but I don't think James Gunn's announcement really is relevant to people outside of Twitter. Like if you ask your mom or your dad or whatever, they probably don't even know who James Gunn is. So I don't think that really did much to hurt the draw. I think the trailers just sucked for this film. I think having another Superman like Black Adam character again, only a couple months later, on top of Ant-Man 2, or I mean, I guess it's 3 coming out right before this one. There was just too much trash, too much noise.
Yeah.
And Shazam is already kind of a, obscure character. But this was good. I liked it, and I appreciate. Man, Lucy Liu can still get it. I have to say that.
Keep in mind, Shazam, Captain Marvel is only obscure because the character went through a bunch of rights issues. Sure. And like back in like the 40s and shit, he was outselling Superman. There's an alternate reality where he's like a bigger character than Superman, but he got hung up in a bunch of rights issues. Because Captain Marvel Jr. was a big inspiration for Elvis and how he wore his wardrobe and stuff. He was a big fan of the Captain Marvel Jr. character. Mint Salad, what did you think of Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods?
Honestly, I think it is worse than the first one.
Really?
I think
Oof.
I particularly dislike the from the first movie. They have glowing emblems on their chest. In this movie, they don't. And also,
they glow sometimes. They glow sometimes, but they can turn it off now.
They don't glow all the time, which is my main issue. I also
that's the criterion.
There's like less family connection in this movie than there is the first one.
What are you talking about? They're interacting way more in this one.
I feel like this one is like much more. The last movie is much more devastating emotionally than this movie, in my opinion.
I get it, but they overcame those issues, and now they have new issues they need to explore.
That is true.
To Min's point, it is really funny that the step-parents couldn't figure out that their eldest daughter was the superhero when she is the exact same when she puts on the costume.
They recast her. Now, I will say, they did redesign the costumes a lot. Like they had a different Mary Marvel in the first one, and she looked straight out of the comics in the first one. She does have a little bit of that brick pattern, but someone on Twitter, I think it was Razorfist, said her new outfit looks like they skinned a kickball from when he used to play kickball in like school and made an outfit out of it. It seems like they went a little overboard on the redesigns, I think. I think they could have toned that down a little bit. But how I justify it is like these kids live in a superhero world, so maybe they like figured out how to change their outfits to look more like, because Superman's in this universe, his suit is a little too over-designed. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe she's able to make it look more like her instead of like what the other girl looked like. I don't know. I mean, I was happy seeing her in the role. I really like that Grace Curry character. She was really good in Fall. Did you guys see the movie Fall?
Good flick.
Oh, Fall was fun. Real dodgy CGI here and there, but it was mostly fun. But no, it worked for me. I enjoyed it. I love that the Wizard survived. I didn't think he was going to come back in this one until I saw the trailer, obviously.
Yeah.
But I love that actor. I love seeing him whenever he shows up in things. And having him be a bigger part.
What's the main guy's name what's Chuck's name again?
Oh, Zachary Levi.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I couldn't really stand him in the movie. And I liked the movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
But he did not work for me. He's way more immature than Billy is. So whenever he was talking, it's like, why is Billy the adult in this scenario? It didn't translate at all.
Yeah, I think they need to work together to get like their mannerisms and stuff down to kind of match each other. There was a little bit of a disconnect, I'll give you that. And yeah, but everything else about the movie, I'm showing some of my favorite parts of the movie here. It really worked for me. Everything really, really worked for me in this film. You're right though.
I think
what was
Mint,
that?
had a comment.
Oh, Mint, what's up? What did you want to say about this film?
First, I think the costumes are too over-designed in this movie compared to the last movie. And, like, just all of their costumes way over-designed. And, like,
going
honestly,
back.
I don't think there's, like, anything memorable about, like, each individual character's design that, like, stands out to me.
Other than the colors.
Different colors, but like that's it. Just different colors, not like a different hairpiece or accessory or anything.
I did appreciate that they've made the Rock of Eternity their hangout and they like decorated it. I did like them, like they dressed up the Sin statues. Like, that's fun. That's fun. And of course, as a Philly boy, it was fun to see them flying around Philadelphia, even though it still doesn't really look like Philadelphia at all. They go to the stadium. They go to Citizens Bank Park, I think. So that's something. But that was my issue with the first one. They go to just a convenience store and they buy beer, and I'm like, you can't do that in Pennsylvania. Like you can't just buy beer in any kind of convenience store in Pennsylvania. So it really took me out of it, Adam. And I took points off for it.
I understand.
I took points off. The Creed movies look like they're in Philly, but the Shazam movies need to be a little bit better. But no, it was a good time. I liked all the characters. I enjoyed the bad guys. You're right. The trailers weren't great. The movie, I think, is really good, but the trailers didn't do it justice. And yeah, they even tried to, like Rhea said, they tried to throw out the Wonder Woman cameo. They spoiled it for some reason, which means that whole ending was not very entertaining because we all knew what was going to happen because we saw the trailer. But yeah, for whatever reason, people didn't go out. Not that the first one was a huge hit anyway. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just superhero fatigue, which I don't think people are done with superhero films, but I just think we were kind of slammed with a bunch of mediocrity recently, and people are like, I don't feel like going to the theaters for this one. But no, I enjoy the character. I thought it was really good. It is getting way more hate. I think there's people who aren't seeing the movie just assuming it's really bad. And it's like, no, it's not really. You can have superhero fatigue and maybe not be interested in it, but don't just assume it's like a huge piece of shit, because it's really not. It's a solid.
My hot take on.
Yeah, sorry, Ray. You go.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, like, to your all's point about like this ecosystem of Twitter banter that a lot of us are like plugged into constantly. I feel like that has just reflected not so much like the general audience's superhero fatigue necessarily. Maybe it is like reflected in the box office that there is a general sense of fatigue in this genre, but. Yeah, like I don't see any other engagement on this IP outside of, Twitter, to be totally honest. Yeah. And a lot of our speculation on why that is because, box office, superhero fatigue, the studio system, like not making it clear what their, production pipeline is and how it interconnects with established lore, things like that. And I'm like, I wonder if these are necessarily givens with the general audience, or if those are things we're assuming are important to the general audience, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's kind of unclear, like what is impacting what.
I think if you polled like regular moviegoers, 50% of them would say that Shazam is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They just don't pay attention. They just don't pay attention to that crap.
There are people I know who like weren't familiar with Shazam that just thought it looked kind of corny and stupid. I'm like, well, yeah, it is a little corny, but it's kind of fun. I know. I think one of my cousins, her son, like for a while, just loved the Shazam movie. Like he got super into it. So it does have its audience. I'm glad it got a second movie because I wasn't sure if it was going to. But yeah,
I don't think it needs more. Like people are upset that it's probably not going to get any more movies. Not everything needs to have 7 or 8 films, and sometimes it's nice if there's just a couple. Like in the case of Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Mint, are you being held at gunpoint, or are you raising your hand?
I'm raising my hand because.
Okay, you put both hands up, and I thought like someone was about to shoot you. What's up, Mint?
Okay. First of all, I do not like how Wonder Woman appears headless for like 2 times in the movie, and then appears head full, like towards the end of the movie. No,
I did like that.
I
did like that because it was funny in Shazam 1 where they couldn't get Henry Cavill and they cut it off. And again, if they didn't spoil it ahead of time, we all probably would have assumed that they just weren't going to show Wonder Woman's face. That would have been pretty funny. And then they finally showed her at the end. But again, they spoiled it, so it kind of like ruined the joke there.
But just to kind of like echo Mint's, criticism on that, like the grander scope of like DC fandom, and I'm sure, Tony, you probably heard this as well, that, the total disrespect and lack of acknowledgement for the Trinity, like this, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman in this universe, they're all alluded to. It's all pretty clear that, they are being acknowledged in this film and that they exist. They even reference the same actors, like with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, yet there's just a complete disregard for the legacy that previous content that they're involved in has. Yes, it's a lack of disrespect in my opinion, and it's disheartening to see, honestly, as a DC fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really into the DCEU in general, which I actually like Shazam because if you just go into Shazam, you can just all you have to know is that other superheroes exist. You don't have to exactly like consider those films canon because they don't really matter too much to the Shazam story. But yeah, no, I thought the Gal Gadot thing would have been funny if they didn't spoil it. but I understand your concern, Mint, because they spoiled her in the trailer. You assume she's going to be around longer. Real quick, let's get Bearded Outlaw in here because I think he saw Shazam. What did you think of Shazam 2?
Let me tell you, I love Shazam. I love both.
Holy shit! Wait a minute. That is the first "let me tell you" of the night, and it didn't come from Joey C.
I know. I'm shocked.
Anyway,
Let
keep going, Bearded Outlaw.
I loved it. I had a blast with it. I think both the Shazam movies, I compare them to like what I thought with the first two Ant-Man movies. So they're smaller movies. They don't really connect with anything. They don't have to interact with any other characters.
Yeah.
Just a small little superhero movie doesn't really. You need Batman. You don't need none of that stuff to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really liked it.
And you brought your nephew, right?
I did. He gave it a 4.75.
A 4.75 out of 5?
Out of 5.
Okay. Wait. Mint, is that a solid 4.75?
Oh yeah, it's a solid 4.75.
I don't know if you know that, Adam, but Mint's numbering system for her movie, she always says solid, and then she doesn't pick a solid number. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, I've seen some of her reviews, and I guess that didn't dawn on me that that's what she was doing.
I called it out in the Halloween review. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm bad at math, but even I know that. Anyway, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad your nephew liked it. I'm going to let you go now, Bearded Outlaw.
Yep.
Thank you for stopping by.
See you later.
Man, look how lucky that guy was. He's a $10 patron. He gets to be on the show. It's so amazing, right, guys? It's so amazing.
It's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation here. It's quite remarkable.
I don't know if I would compare it to that, but okay.
No, I would. I think that's fair.
We're helping the people out. We're treating them.
By the way, I drove to the set today because I'm still not moved in, and I made sure to grab my ghost face mask for the Scream section, and then I totally forgot about that.
And you forgot. Nice.
I totally forgot it. Real quick, the one in Dennis. I forget. What movie did you say you saw?
John Wick.
Okay, we'll bring you back. Thank you. I just needed a reminder. Okay. Brett Parker from Dissect That Film. Hello. What movies did you see that are on the list?
Beautiful.
I only saw Scream 6.
Okay, well tell us right now, what did you think of Scream 6?
It was fun. I had a good time. I don't take these movies serious. The only really good one is the first one, and the rest of them are just kind of there and to enjoy. So
I don't know. Scream 4 is pretty great. How would you rank this? Would you put this in like the top Scream movies or one of the?
Oh, it's my number 2.
Really? I can't believe this is a lot of people's like number 2, one of their favorites. That's
it's got its problems, but I really had a good time with it.
So number 3 is your favorite, right?
Number 1, of course. Yes.
We're finding out everyone loves.
I love watching the ball, but no, I can't say that, Joey. I'm sorry.
However, if you want to hear Brett Parker talk about a third installment in the series, I went on his show and I talked about I'll always know what you did last summer. Yeah, there was a third movie. It went direct to video. And I picked the movie and I apologized a great deal for picking it. I didn't realize how bad it was going to be. Even knowing the spoiler going in, I didn't realize how bad it was going to be. But thank you, Brett Parker, for stopping by and giving us your thoughts.
Well,
check out Dissect That Film. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett.
What a sweetheart.
Man, all these lucky people get to be on the show. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And for only $10 a month.
Only $10? That's insane.
That's sickening.
For the price of a small popcorn at your local movie theater, because they've learned nothing in 30 years of people complaining, you can be on the most famous show on the internet.
It's true. I get recognized all the time.
Does that happen, Joey C? Do you get recognized?
Yep.
Adam, do you get recognized all the time?
I think I've been recognized twice in my life. So yeah, it's constant. It's like a bombardment of people hitting me.
Because of Hack the Movies, or just from your show?
Just in general. Just in general. People that actually know me rarely recognize me. I'd be like, "Mom, hi," and she just keeps walking.
And she calls the cops. She's like, "There's a stranger in my house."
That man is here again.
Man, that's your son. We've been out there so many times.
Yep.
Mint, do you get recognized?
You that is your son.
I get recognized constantly, especially in the grocery aisle when people are looking for mint salad, and I perk over. I'm like, yes, I'm here.
Do you hang out in grocery stores just waiting for someone to say, I need a mint salad, and then pop up?
Oh yeah, and then they get my autograph. That's what they
How do you
need.
find time? How do you find time to do this when you're reviewing 10,000 movies a day? How do you manage your time?
Tony, as soon as someone says mint salad, as a magical genie person, I just poof in there.
Ray, do you ever get recognized anywhere?
I make a point not to be recognized by even people I know, like directly. I still hood up, mask, like I look like a sack of potatoes whenever I leave the house, specifically so no one bothers me. I'm as
Oh man,
yeah.
We had a literal potato on the show earlier.
That is true.
Vampire potato, to be accurate.
Fucking Cardiff Electric. God bless him. All right, what is next on my list here? Where did my slides go? Here we go. So yeah, Shazam 2, we all loved it. And I think I picked really good slides for the film that represent the best parts of the film. Anyway, next, we have John Wick 4. Ray, I forget, you didn't see this, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to let you go for a little bit. But I'll bring you back on when we do Super Chats again. Okay. Mint, you saw this one. We all saw this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. John Wick Chapter 4. I love John Wick. John Wick was like a sleeper hit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The very first one, made by, I think, 2 stuntmen, and they got all their stuntmen buddies to be in it. And it was just a movie I was not expecting to be good, because I think at that point, Keanu had put out a bunch of duds, like 47 Ronin and a bunch of other movies. But I've grown to really love the John Wick movies. The first one is still the best. They've kind of leaned real heavy into the secret society stuff, which I thought was just like a fun little element to the first movie. But they went all in. Yeah, I didn't expect them to get 4 movies out of this idea, but here we are. If you remember, John Wick was still on the run. He had been betrayed by Winston, the owner of the Continental. And he sought refuge with the king of the Bowery, Lawrence Fishburne. And they were going to plan to destroy the entire secret society, the High Table, and everyone. This film picks up with him killing the new elder. There's a new elder, I guess. It's very convoluted, the secret society. Yeah, and it's his mission to basically just take out the High Table. Other people get involved. There's a lot of betrayals and whatnot. Going down the list, Joey C., what did you think of John Wick Chapter 4?
I actually loved it. This was the first John Wick movie I ever saw. And then after seeing this one, I liked it so much that I watched the last 3. It was amazing.
So you liked it going in blind. I would have been, other than the action, I would have been confused by everything going in blind.
It was so, well, I knew a little bit of the background because I did a video on it for Screen Rant,
Okay.
but it was, knowing that those little pieces of information, I kind of was able to fly through it.
Okay.
But yeah, this was an awesome movie. I was thoroughly impressed.
Okay, Adam, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I can't say that I loved it. It's hard, Tony. It's really hard. You know, we're 4 movies deep. The first one was somewhat grounded and actually had a story, and now
Yeah.
it's just a straight up video game. And it's
literally
a really fun video game. Don't get me wrong.
It turns into a top-down shooter, and I think the game Hong Kong Massacre is the one people were comparing it to.
Yeah. It's got
where
a
it
lot of video game. I mean, you got Streets of Rage in there. There's different types of bad guys he fights. Some of them have bulletproof suits, like he does. I don't know when the hell that started. I don't know when he got that
2.
technology.
John Wick 2. John
Did
Wick
he
2.
have
They
that in
established
2?
that. Yeah, they established that. Yeah.
He should probably
when he gets to the tailor. Yeah.
Why not just wear a helmet? Because 70% of the fights this time, he's like holding the collar up over his
here's my
face.
problem with John Wick. Like, everyone in the world wants to kill him. It's like, dude, wear a hat, shave.
Yeah, just
like, what are you doing? Why is everyone finding me? It's like, because you're fucking just dressed like John Wick. Like, everyone knows who you are now. I will say.
What about the street? So I also got Street Fighter vibes for sure. Especially during the rave sequence where people just keep dancing.
I saw the memes with that. I saw the memes with that ahead of time. And there are other movies where, like RoboCop or The Dark Knight, where people are fighting and people are dancing and ignoring it. But this usually in those movies, you kind of are like, oh, those people are so wrapped up in the dancing, they're not noticing it. But no, literally in this scene, there's a girl dancing. She sees him fight the fucking whale, and then she goes right back to dancing. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Not only that, but he falls off like a concrete platform 3 stories, hits a pipe, does like 3 spins.
Yeah, dude.
Hits the ground. Nobody responds. They're just like,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Speaking of backs being broken, so John Wick was kicked off a building in the last movie and hit everything on the way down.
A brutal fall. Jesus.
And then in this movie, he's being kicked off platforms, and then the stair scene. There were only 5 people in the IMAX theater, and I was crying. I had to text Adam while I was watching it. I'm like, dude, the stair scene. I didn't expect it. It reminded me of the scene from Hot Rod where he falls down the mountain and he just keeps falling. The stair scene, I'm like, he's just gonna keep falling.
I was thinking of Black Sheep when he
Chris Farley rolls down the hill. Yeah.
What the hell was that all about? I really want to rewatch that movie. That's what was it? Gene Siskel famously on an episode of At the Movies, he was like, I walked out of the movie. He's like, it's the first time I've walked out of the movie since like the 70s. He's like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I did enjoy it, but it is really stupid. It's so hard. It's like you didn't have to make it 2.5 hours long or 2 hours and whatever it is. It's freaking long as shit.
Yeah,
it is pretty long.
2 hours and 40 minutes, I think.
Oof, yeah.
You know, there's one character I really didn't care for, and that was the hunter guy.
We'll get to him.
He had one of the Halle Berry dogs with him. Why didn't they just have Halle Berry back as a person hunting him? That would have been far better, I thought.
That was weird. She didn't show up. Mint, what did you think of John Wick 4?
All right, John Wick 4. First of all, not enough glass shattering. Okay.
You wanted more glass shattering? I don't know, Mint. There was a lot of glass shattering.
In this John Wick, there is less like being thrown through through glass than like the other John Wicks. Okay. And also,
not enough glass to kill ratio. I agree.
Also, I really particularly enjoyed John, just like the overall cinematography. Also, I want to make a note. Before watching John Wick 4, I actually watched Joey C's Screen Rant John Wick timeline video before seeing John Wick 4, and then went to watch the other John Wicks. So that also was very helpful. I learned a lot of things I didn't know about.
Listen, I watched my own video to follow me through the movie, so I understand.
Oh, I guess, fuck me, I guess. I have the 4K trilogy. I don't know. I actually just... sadly, obviously, Lance Reddick passed before the movie came out. And then I was like, oh man, it's a bummer he's dead. I'm like, I can't wait to see what he does in this movie. And then he dies right in the beginning. I'm like, oh, that's kind of bumming me out. I didn't expect that.
That was sick.
By the way, this secret society, they're not as secretive as they used to be, because they literally blow up a building in the middle of New York. I'm like, I feel like that would draw a lot. How this secret society has to be really in with the governments and stuff for them to just be able to do that and be like, oh, what do you know? That building blew up. Also,
there's no cops in this universe. Well,
the few cops we did see, like, are aware. Remember the first one? The guy's like, "Hi, John."
The crooked or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, the secret society of assassins and wealthy people who use them. It's getting really ridiculous.
Well, Tony.
By the way,
Tony, it went from there's a secret society of assassins in the first film to literally 90% of the population are assassins, and there are secret regular people living amongst them. That's
true. What did you think about like the last 40 minutes when it turns into the Warriors, where there's a girl, like a radio DJ, just telling people where John Wick is? I'm like, this is the Warriors.
Well, that was
like,
they did that in Parabellum. That was the whole first like 40 minutes of the film.
Oh god damn, they really, but it just felt more. I don't remember them having a DJ in Parabellum. Did they have a DJ who was being like, "Hey guys, John Wick is seen here"?
I guess I don't remember. I thought they
No, they all got like the text message on their Motorola phones. They all have old Motorola phones for their text messaging system. But this one had a legit DJ who's like, "Oh, he's at that stupid arch thing in France. Go kill him there." Yeah, the CG in this was rough. Like, I could tell that they were all, like, a lot of them were digital locations. Like, you could tell when it was, like, a set or a real location. Then you could kind of tell, like, especially the whole end with the duel. I'm like, that is not a real building. None of this looks real.
I agree with that. I thought for the most part, it looked pretty damn good.
It looked pretty good
in the duel, though. The duel was pretty fake.
Yeah. Because the previous movie, I think it was just the motorcycle scene. I was like, okay, this is very, like, they are not on that bridge.
Love that.
It was an awesome scene, but I'm like, I could tell this wasn't really there. But, like, and I know it would be impossible to film in that, where that big arch is. That would probably be a fucking nightmare to film there for real. But it's just like, and it didn't work for me, the visual effects for that scene. But everything else I thought looked really great. So here are our new villains. We have Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Yep.
As the what is he? He's the fucking.
It doesn't matter.
He's
the
the
story
whatever.
makes no sense in this The story is so stupid in this movie.
Well, John Wick is trying to kill the high table, and he killed the elder who sits above the high table. So the high table has appointed this guy to take care of John Wick and kill him any means necessary.
What is above the high table? The high chair? I mean, that doesn't make sense.
The elder, the guy who lives in the desert, I guess. I don't know. So he's like the main antagonist. And then there's the whale. He's there. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the whale, but I assume he loses 10 pounds and then goes to France and becomes a bad guy. This is the most ridiculous.
They should have got Tom Cruise's character from Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, exactly.
That would have been a fantastic
callback. Dude, his fight scene, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't believe that this fat guy is doing all these moves. As a fat man myself, who's not as fat as this fat guy, I'm like, I couldn't even pull that off. And this guy just got stabbed in the neck and shot in the ass. There's no way he's kicking that high. It was very obviously a guy in a fat suit.
Yeah, it was funny.
I'm just like, no part of me thinks this is a real fat guy. It was interesting. It was very funny to watch. I love seeing him get his ass kicked. That was great.
Someone in my YouTube comments, who clearly is more intelligent than I am, had a great point about these John Wick movies. They're kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Matrix sequels, where the first films were, kind of grounded and told a linear story that most audiences can relate to. The sequels go all in on weird lore and like bullshittery to the point where it becomes so convoluted you don't even know what the story is and you're just watching for the spectacle. That's what John Wick is after number one.
Yeah, the most gripping thing about John Wick 1 was like his personal revenge, and they've kind of gotten away from that. And now it's just an excuse to like kill a bunch of people, which, don't get me wrong, is awesome. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. But yeah, I just kind of wish it's like, all right, I kind of wish there was something more to this like there was in the first one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they've stood by their word that they're not going to kill any more dogs. They made it very clear starting with the second one. They're like, we're not killing any more dogs. Yeah. I liked some of the newer characters. I like this chick. I went to see what movie she was in. This is like her first movie. She's like a Japanese pop star.
Yeah, she was great. She gets a spinoff now too, I believe.
Is she? I know what's her face is getting a spinoff called Ballerina.
Wasn't
Anna
the ending
Diarmas.
of? Did you watch the end credits scene? Because every movie has them now.
Yeah.
John Wick 4 had a post-credit scene?
Yep.
Of course it did, Tony. It probably had 4 of them. I just left after the first.
Oh shit! What happened in the post-credit scene?
The Donnie Yen character is walking in the city, and the cute Asian actress, a character, I don't know her name. She walks over to him. Akira. She walks up to him and she like pulls out a little pocket knife, and then it cuts, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely check that out. I know they said Anna Diarmas, who was set up in the last James Bond movie, but now they're saying she's getting a spinoff in the John Wick universe. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know they're trying to do something called Ballerina, and that's supposed to be connected. Not like the Atomic Blonde, which had one of the directors but wasn't connected. some reason Atomic Blonde
was
didn't take
good.
off.
They should have done more with Atomic Blonde. That was a cool movie.
Mint,
Well, I
are you
think
raising your hand?
I
she's ready.
my microphone ducks if I talk while anyone else is speaking, so I just kind of have to raise. My
Okay,
hand.
okay, sorry. Mint, what's up?
So kind of to cover like the John Wick sequels, I much prefer the first one over the sequels. I feel like the first one is like much more like contained revenge story, and then like the other ones just kind of like Adam said, like get away from that. I feel like this one was the least memorable sequel plot, but also the ending was also the most memorable to me. I also want to compliment this movie's use of colors. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh, they've gone all out with the colors. Like the third one, I thought that glass area in the third one was super colorful. This one, it's like a fucking LED. Total chaos there. You said you didn't like the Hunter. I wasn't too sold on him either. But I did love his dog. I love that John Wick loves dogs so much that if he sees the dog of someone who's currently trying to kill him being hurt, he will save that dog, even though the owner is currently trying to kill him. I'm like, John, I love dogs too, but you can let that one go. That one wasn't given to you by your wife.
Keanu Reeves would probably do that as well.
Yeah, probably. I thought his unnamed dog, I thought his dog died in that explosion in the beginning.
Well, Tony, you said only one dog died, and that was in John Wick 1. Didn't Halle Berry's character have one of her dogs shot in Parabellum?
Yeah, but it had a bulletproof armor, remember? It had bulletproof armor, so it got hurt, and then that dog goes to rip a bunch of people's balls off.
That's right.
I did enjoy this dog.
Tony, did you know that that dog originally was going to be played by Emma Roberts?
Did you? Yes. Apparently everyone. No, but Adam, Emma Roberts played the dog in the first movie.
That's what it was. By the way, I looked that up, and they were. It was an article about bringing her back in a future Scream movie.
Oh, it's kind of hard to bring her back. We did forget to mention they had fun with the theory that Matthew Lillard's character is still alive. I keep thinking they're going to bring him back. I want him to come back. But yeah, I wasn't too big into the Hunter, called Mr. Nobody, which is the name of a guy in the Fast and Furious movies, which the movie Nobody was originally going to be called Mr. Nobody, and they changed it because of that. And then the John Wick movies went, fuck you, Fast and the Furious, we're calling a character Mr. Nobody. I thought Sonata was pretty good, the girl's dad. He's usually pretty good in movies. He's a classic action guy. I didn't expect him to die in this, but he gets killed pretty early on there. But yeah, overall, I thought it was fine. Like you said, we're losing we no longer have a personal investment in John Wick and his survival and his revenge. We're just here to see an excuse for exciting action scenes. Which is, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Death Wish movies. Have you ever seen the Death Wish movies?
No, I know what they are, but I've seen many of the Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and they're all kind of dumb, but you're there for the action. The difference is they're usually only an hour and 20 minutes long.
Yeah, well, the thing with Death Wish is it's like his wife and daughter were raped and killed, and now he's going to take out the bad guys, and then it's like, oh my god, it happened to him again. And then the third one, it's like, oh, one of his friends died. Now he's blowing up an entire town of punks. And it's just like, I think they did 5 of those movies.
It's like
it's kind of like Taken, where it's like, how much can this happen to a guy over and over and over again?
Liam Neeson, by the 4th one, just kidnaps himself, just so he has something to do. I have to go up against my toughest enemy yet. Me.
Myself. Let me bring the one and Dennis in here. One and Dennis, what did you think of John Wick 4?
Oh, I loved it, man. I thought it was a fun ride for what it was. A long ride, but
it was very long.
You're kind of enjoying it. It's a spectacle, I think, as maybe Adam might have stated or someone. It really is absolutely out of this world beautiful. What I really liked is that like they switched up some of the outfits in this one, like Donnie Yen's costuming comparison. We've seen so many suits up until this point, but he comes out wearing turtlenecks. He looked really, really good, man.
I thought Donnie Yen looked pretty good too in it. He was a fun character. I enjoyed him in it. I didn't expect it to end the way it did, but let's just say I didn't see a body, so I'm holding reservations.
Yeah, there's no chance.
No.
It is funny, as we pointed out, Donnie Yen was fantastic. So are a lot of these actors who know real martial arts and are trained, and a lot of them are younger now than Keanu Reeves. So it is kind of funny watching John Wick go up against all these trained experts, and he's clearly not near their skill level, but he keeps hanging in there.
Yeah, I love he just refuses to die. He's not immortal. He just refuses to die.
Takes a beating. Gets up.
And it's fun to see Keanu with Lawrence Fishburne in an action movie full of guns. Right?
Yes.
I feel like other movies.
Lawrence wasn't in it as much, right? Didn't you feel like he was only in a few scenes? This one, only a few days.
I think he was in it about as much as he was. I think he was in it about as much as
character. He's just so ridiculous in these movies. Like he's a hobo Morpheus hiding in the shadows.
I was shocked that the adjudicator from the previous one, the bald lady, I'm surprised she didn't come back.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna like definitely kill her off in this one. She got out scot free.
The guy's called the Grand Marquis. I think that's the villain's name.
That's the villain in the Grand Marquis. They all have ridiculous names.
He has all the accoutrements of the high table to do it to do with what he pleases, and they have the dumbest, most convoluted rules ever. Like,
they're always making up new rules.
According to, I joked with a buddy who went with me. I said, these movies are like written by Ross from Friends when he makes that Cups game. It's like, oh, you've never played Cups? Here's another rule about the high table. It's just nonsense.
Yeah. It was funny seeing Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves in this, and just thinking like that new Matrix movie. I'm like, did the Matrix lady, did she not watch any of these John Wick movies and not think, oh, my movie needs to have action scenes as good as this? Instead, she's like, no, Keanu will just do this the whole time.
Oh, God.
It'll be like,
you know what she watched, Tony, is she watched the Jurassic World films, and she watched Owen take out those dinosaurs with his hands.
Just imagine doing a Matrix 4 after 3 John Wicks came out and not being like, okay, well, I need to really up this, and be like, nah, we'll just have him do like this, I guess. And it's like, oh my God, why would you do that? That's so terrible. Oh God. Anyway,
Where was John Leguizamo? Did he die in one of them, or they just refused to bring him back?
Oh, he's crying and being mad at people for doing exactly what he did in the 90s. That's what John Leguizamo is doing right now, Adam.
Whoa. Are we anti-Leguizamo on this stream?
We are, because right now he's yelling. He's like, white people have to stop taking other roles. But there are plenty of videos of him as offensive Asian characters from the 90s, and it's like, John, you might want to shut up, or people are going to start looking into this. And also, cultural appropriator John Leguizamo is not Italian, and as we know, he was in this offensive piece of shit, and he has not apologized for it. And here he is. He's accusing Let he who is without cultural appropriation throw the first stone, okay, John Leguizamo?
I'm sorry.
But no, his character is a mechanic, and I think he actually said to John Wick, he's like, I'll finish your car by 2030. And it would be funny if we got a John Wick sequel in 2030 and the car's finally done.
I hope we get a John Leguizamo, John Wick spin-off film now, Tony. That's what I hope. The mechanic.
Just it's so funny seeing him yell at, it's like, dude, like, I literally have saw a video with you with like the buck teeth and the glasses Asian stereotype. John, stop yelling at other people. It's gonna come back to bite you. Just say nothing. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, the One and Dennis. Thank you for being
so much
One and Dennis. How are you enjoying your $10 Patreon tier? Isn't it like the greatest thing ever?
It was the best Christmas gift I ever got, because I got a whole year of the world's most famous person ever.
And you get to be on your favorite show.
So
you get to be on your favorite show. Isn't that amazing?
It's so amazing. I can't wait to meet you again in person. It's going to be wonderful.
You know, I used to watch The Angry Video Game Nerd. I was like, one day I'll be on that show. And then I got to be on that show, and an entire subreddit now hates me. But that won't happen to you here at Hack the Movies. The Hack the Movie subreddit is dead. There's nothing there. I haven't even gone on in a year, so you won't get that same thing I did. Anyway, we're gonna let you go now.
Thanks for having me.
Earlier, Tony, someone, I don't know who it was, someone really smart said that this $10 super chat thing you have going is kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation request.
I think that was you, Adam, who said
was
that.
that me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I stand by it. I think it's a great treat for anyone involved.
Okay, we're going to do some super chats. Everyone, get your super chats in. Get them in right now because we are going to read them. Let's see.
It's like one of those PBS things where we have people on the call.
And look, listen, guys. This is now my full-time job. I no longer have health benefits, so get your super chats in now, goddammit.
We are a viewer-supported channel.
With viewers like, actually, seriously, the fans, viewers like you made this possible. I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for the support of the fans. But yes, we have Fior Grimaldi here for $5. When's the worst Transformers movie review happening with Best Girl Jessica? Everyone's got a Best Girl on this, and it offends me when people pick out Best Girls, because one, we shouldn't try to compare others, and two, Mint Salad wins, so you're wrong. Anyway, if not, I will blackmail you saying you weren't in The Dark Knight Rises.
How dare? How dare you?
A guy tried to start a rumor that I wasn't in that movie, and it's like, why would I lie about being an uncredited background extra? That's a weird thing to lie. Like, the joke is that I'm bragging about it too much. The joke isn't that I'm lying. Anyway, here we go. Jingai Jigakomudo. Mitt and Rhea are the best. Wow. I feel like Joey and Adam are also good. I think I'm okay, but
yeah.
I told you, Tony. People go out of their way to pretend I don't exist. So whatever, it is what it is.
You're gonna call your mom. You're gonna call your mom tonight. Like, they were mean to me online. She's gonna be like, "Who are you?" Dan? No, Adam. Oh, hi, Alec.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Oh, God.
Are you the son I like? No, the other one. Oh, okay.
The rest of the family's there for a nice meal, and I'm like, sitting in a dark, empty room.
David Bauer for $2. Mint said, "Mommy milkers, I am blessed."
Mommy milkers, bless you some more.
God damn it!
Good stuff.
God damn it! Mint saying it or Mommy milkers in general? Which is the good stuff there, Joey?
Both.
Where did Mint go? Oh God, there she is. Okay, are you okay there, Mint?
Yeah, I was just turning up my mic a little bit.
Okay. By the way, someone paid Mint, like, what was it, $25 to film you as a teacher lecturing me on something I got wrong about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I got sent this video of Mint as a teacher yelling at me for I'm like, someone paid you to do this? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Tony,
yeah, that was me.
He did it again.
What did he do?
He did it again. He paid me to do another request again, Tony.
Someone is paying Mint to be in character as a sexy teacher, write handwritten versions of what he said, and then send videos to me. What fucking world do I live in? Jesus Christ. Anyway. For $10, Fallow the Clown says, "I was just concerned Hack Off gave the troublesome information Miss Mint Salad, the totally normal looking, not extremely hot teacher, the troublesome information about you, Tony." Oh, well, that's exactly what I was talking about. Okay. Same guy again for $5. Ate too much normal chocolate writing it. Bad tonight. Sorry. Normal chocolate is code for edibles.
Okay.
I think he's eating too much edibles tonight. Do we have any other super chats, or are we going to end on that bizarre rambling?
I think it's only fair to end on that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We got a... Jesus Christ, the flail.
I see a bunch more.
I have the flail. Sing Bohemian Rhapsody. We're not singing all 20 minutes of Bohemian Rhapsody in a round. No, stop it.
Rhapsody.
Huh?
Which part of Bohemian Rhapsody?
Probably the whole song, but I'm not doing that.
The flail, I will later.
AJ Wizzle for $4.99 in Looney Tunes dollars says, does Mint have an official Tony beach towel hanging up? And where can Tony supporters buy one? So Teespring took down the Tony Peaks design like a year ago. The one with me and the tiara looking like Twin Peaks. And for some reason, they just won't let me put it back up. And they never give me a reason. So what I'm doing, I'm going to buy to get my own merch made. And I'm going to put it back in the store. So for right now, Mint has a relic now. Not many people have this beach towel of my face on it. But I'll try my best to get it made again. And I'm sure you're all jealous. Adam's looking at it right now. He's like, that's what my set's missing. That is what my set's missing, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Ray, I'm seeing a lot of blank space on the wall to the left of you. I think a Tony Peaks beach towel would work perfectly. But unfortunately, Teespring doesn't want to print them. I don't know why.
I'm soups jealous right now. I wish I had one.
Joey, you're going to have to get rid of that him poster and put my beach towel. Wait, Joey, hold on. What the fuck? Has Grimace been behind you the whole time?
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't say anything about
Why
Grimace.
did no one else call that out? Where did you get a fucking That's a life-size Grimace. What is that?
It is a life-size Grimace. I took it from a McDonald's when I was a young child.
Wait, what? Okay, God damn it. Okay,
Yep.
Brandon Ginsburg for $10 says nothing.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. The one in Dennis for $6.66. The Superman Returns game movie comparison video is superb. Yes, everyone, check out my Just Like the Movie series, where I take a video game based off a movie and I compare it to the film. Recently, I did Superman Returns. That was a lot of fun. And that looks like it is it for now. Let's go down the line here. Joey C., where can we find you?
Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender fluid, and everybody else in between, you can subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/officialjoeyc. I'd love to have you.
Yes,
you
Adam.
Can see more of Grimace.
Oh. Adam from Adam Does Movies. Where can we find you?
I'm going to Joey C right now on YouTube. Joey C.
Official Joey C.
Good stuff.
I see Joyce Meyer miniseries. Now I'm very interested in this.
At a local Mexican place, there was a flyer for some guy who sings lounge music called Joey C. And I'm like, Joey, is this you? And he's like, what the hell?
He's an
Chris Stuckman comes up. He comes up for everything. Chris Stuckman.
Okay, Adam, do you want us to circle back to you?
I don't care. You can find me at Adam Does Movies on YouTube.
Anywhere else?
I used to be on Screen Rant. With freaking Joey C until they kicked me off.
Oh, wow. Well, now you're on Hack the Movies.
Joey,
we're on Hack the Movies now.
We're going to talk about this.
After the stream. What happened?
Is this not better, Adam?
Well, no, I was getting paid for a weekly show over there.
God damn it. What could be better than being paid in Hack the Movies exposure?
Exposure.
You know what? You can make fun of that, but Mint has done really well with Hack the Movies exposure. So
that is very true.
I get Tony bucks. Well, Tony, since I've been on the stream so far, let's take a look. Yep, 0 new subscribers. We're killing it.
Everyone go to Adam Does Movies right now and subscribe right now. Same for Joey C. Rhea, thank you for being on the show. Thank you so much. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I am at Glimmering Harpy on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I am on sabbatical from content, but I'm preparing to get back up, and I'll also be streaming on Kick, so I'll be checking that out. But I am my hub is on YouTube, so yeah, check me out there for sure.
Nice. And Ray is like the nicest person in the world.
I agree.
I've been on a group chat with her for like a year now, and she says, except for when her phone goes off in the middle of an episode, in the middle of a compliment. You do that in the middle of a compliment. God damn it, Ray.
You know, Tony, I was already holding my tongue because I knew I could see a snake in the grass with her. But
I was going to say, Ray, I've been in a group chat, and Rhea wishes everyone a good morning every day. And I'm like, no one else in my life wishes me a good... I don't remember the last time a family member said good morning.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm saying is, Joey, could it kill you to text me good morning once in a while?
You know what, Tony? I'll do it tomorrow.
I want a picture of Grimace every day with the text saying good morning. And Mid Salad, where can we find you?
He's so far away.
Where can we find you?
Well, if you like this video, you can watch another one. I do daily movie reviews at 7 p.m. ET every night. And you can check out my link tree for all the links that I can't talk about on YouTube. And also, I have autistic boobs on Twitter.
Yes,
Yes,
for
you
long-term fans, Mint Salad is back on Twitter, and she did the totally appropriate name, Autistic Boobs. So if you miss seeing Mint Salad on Twitter, she's back. And it looks like we've got a few more super chats. Let me read those, and then we'll say goodbye. Trying to pay for Tony's insurance, $1.99. Thank you so much.
That's good stuff.
From Steven Sarrow, Cumberbatch Pepper Pot, thank you for being the lovable incels you are. You son of a bitch. And then everyone, if you become a $10 patron, you get to be on these live episodes, as I've said multiple times. We also have a new piece of artwork for patrons done by Mint Salad. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp themed. So that's a lot of fun. Please join our Patreon at patreon.com/hackthemovies. Again, this is Tony's main gig now. Tony needs help. Yes, so we'll see you all later. Thank you to my panel here for joining me. And we'll see you all another time. Goodbye, everyone. And